Typically the way it works is we get a call where a customer is frustrated because they have stucco falling off the house or off the building. For whoever doesn't know what stucco is a combination of cement, sand, lime, and water. And when you combine all those materials together and apply it onto a building, after it cures, it hardens. And after it hardens, it gives you a very nice, durable appearance and a durable product that can last many, many years, sometimes even centuries, if it's maintained and upkept the right way. So I started doing stucco 20 years ago personally, and I fell in love with the product and with the appearance of what the product looks when it's complete. A lot of our competitors, unfortunately, do not understand the techniques behind water management and how important that is for your stucco to be able to breathe and for the water to run off the right way. So a lot of our competitors think they know how to do stucco, but they really don't. If you're a mason, you specialize in masonry. If you're a painter, you specialize in painting and caulking. If you do stucco, that's an art in itself, and it's unfortunately an art that's starting to fade out as the years go on. Statistics tell us that for every 7 men that retire in construction, only 1 picks up the boots and comes back into the industry. With that being said, with what we do and what we offer to our clients is a form of art. It's something that you can't just pick up in 1 or 2 years. It's something that you need to have an understanding and an experience behind. What we're realizing is now a lot of times when we get these calls and we show up to the job, sometimes we get underbid by a substantial amount of money. Come to find out, a year or 2 later, or even less, we get the same homeowner calling us to return and to redo the things that were done or the services that were provided by our competition. That tells us that a lot of people, they try to do stucco, but they're doing it incorrectly. They don't understand the science behind it. A lot of times painters will try to fix stucco by caulking it, and on this job that's right behind me, that's actually a major problem here. So what happened on this project is there was a lot of cracking, a lot of settling, and instead of having it fixed the right way, the painters just caulked it. So there's a lot of caulk all over the building. The caulk started to crack and peel away from the building, and years later we got water coming in here, and there's water infiltrating this building behind us, and now we need to tear off all that caulking and we need to cut into the stucco, which makes it a substantial expense that could have been prevented if it was done right from the start. What we take pride in is a lot of our men that work in our company, they come from overseas. A lot of the guys that work with us are Ukrainian, and in Ukraine, most of the houses are all done with stucco. Most of the houses have stucco, they have block, they have brick. So these men are craftsmen that grew up in this. They have tremendous amount of experience. What they're able to learn in Ukraine, they're able to apply here and better service our community for the houses and the buildings that have stucco on them. Earlier this year, we got a phone call from a customer in a very nice neighborhood with a beautiful house, custom flooring, custom trim. He called us because there's water coming inside the house. So the water's coming into the house, it's buckling the floor trim, the custom trim, the wall's coming apart. The wall is made out of plaster, it's not drywall. And he's asking for us to help him. So we come out to the job, I take a look at it. When we entered the house after the initial call, the things we found were things that could have been prevented, and the expenses just kept multiplying as we took off layer by layer. I'd like for you to understand that those things could be prevented, and stucco is a phenomenal product. It just needs a little bit of maintenance. It has to get kept up, and water cannot be intruding into the building. If it does, it's gonna pocket. After it pockets in the wintertime, it will freeze, and when it freezes, it expands. And that's when it causes substantial damage, especially in Rochester, New York. Because of our weather, because of our temperatures, it will cause substantial damage. The overall process of how this works is we get the call, we then schedule an estimate. When we show up on site to do the estimate, we walk around, we look at the areas that you feel are the most important for us to see at the time. We will then do an overview to make sure there's nothing that's missed, and we will provide an estimate for you. After we provide an estimate for you, you will get scheduled in our system, and when our technicians and our craftsmen show up on site, we'll start the demolition process. Demolition process is when we start to remove those areas that are cracked, the areas that are broken, and a lot of times our competitors, they'll just caulk over cracks. They'll just try to patch over them. That's not the correct way of doing that. You need to remove that crack. You need to grind it out and take it out of the wall and then pack it back in with the same material, with the stucco foundation, with the stucco base coat, and then layer it back up to your final finish. These textures have not been manufactured for over 100 years already. Many times we need to take different brushes and different tools and different rocks and sand and techniques to try to come up with that texture, to blend it and to match what you have on your existing home or building. We also blend colors. That becomes even more difficult. And therefore, I'm trying to just explain to everyone that this is an art. It's not just a craft. It's not just something that you need craftsmen to do, but the final finish, you need to have an artist to be able to put all those textures and divots and make it so it all blends in, it all looks nice when we're done and we're out of there. I started Stucco Doctor because as we were working on commercial job sites, customers always would drive by and, do you have a card? Can I have your number? Do you have a card? I need you to come to my house. And we would get this over and over again. Over a very short amount of time, I realized that this is a very big need in the city of Rochester and surrounding cities in upstate New York. And after that, I launched Stucco Doctor, and Stucco Doctor has been a big hit. We've been very, very busy, and we've been able to supply our services to the local community in Rochester, New York, and we were able to fix a lot of houses and a lot of buildings, and we're just expanding and we're just growing, and we're just getting started. We also offer inspection services, so it's an annual membership where we come out to your dwelling, your home, your apartment complex, your building, whatever it is. If it has stucco on it, if it has ephes, we can give you an annual inspection. So we will check your windows, your doors, horizontal, vertical expansion joints, anything and everywhere that touches stucco, we will inspect it and we'll give you a report, and it will give you a peace of mind, or we'll tell you, hey, there's an area that needs to be repaired or an area that needs a little bit of time, love, and care. Otherwise, they'll give you peace of mind so you know that your building is sound and it's ready for wintertime. Stucco is a phenomenal product. It just needs a little bit of maintenance, and it has to get kept up. If you're in upstate New York, if you're in Syracuse, Rochester, or Buffalo, we can service you, we can help you. You gotta call the office, set up a time, and we can send a technician out to take a look at your building.